What do the world's best cigar rollers smoke when they aren't allowed to touch the flagship inventory? They create their own. Today, we are getting into Undercrown by Drew Estate, the cigar born on the factory floor. So as the story goes for this, the rollers at Gran Fabrica Drew Estate in Nicaragua loved the Liga Privada so much that they were depleting the supply of wrappers, which caused management to go, hey, maybe lay it off. We kind of need those. But instead of stopping, the factory crew went and created their own blend, and thus the Undercrown was born, showing their ingenuity and passion. Known as the inverse Liga Privada, the Undercrown Maduro. The Undercrown Maduro uses the same Brazilian and Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, but from different primings and vintages, around a Connecticut binder and finished with a dark, oily Mexican San Andreas wrapper. Now, the Liga Privada number 9, the Liga Privada number 9 is one of my favorite cigars. So if this is supposed to be the spiritual successor, I'm going to really dig it. That being said, let's get into it. Love the little gold. Love the little gold ribbon. Really dig the band. This is the 10. This is celebrate 10 years. Nice little foot band. Let's go ahead and take the band off. Take our little gold off. Really like it's firm but not too firm. Perfect ring size. I'm gonna put a V in this one. I'm gonna put a V cut in this one. That's a good V cut right there, boy. Look at that. Perfect center V cut. Oh, do we have... Oh, right. The band comes off. Oh, wait. What's in the band? Hold on. Is there... I'm trying to get the band off. All right, let's see how we got it. Okay, we take that off. Like a little championship wrestling belt. And then we got... You actually have the story of the Undercrown under the band. All right. That's super cool. Who had to reduce their consumption of the Liga Privadas. Yeah. Wow. Love it. I love that little hidden stuff like that underneath the bands. That's super cool. Super, super cool. Let's get a cold draw going. Yo. That's a good cold draw. If this toasts as good as it draws cold, this is going to be a number 1 on the channel. Lighter's having a bit of an issue here. It's got fresh fluid in it. I don't like being this close to the cigar to toast the foot, but it is what it is, I suppose. That's a good first draw. I'm definitely picking up some type of earth note. I don't know if it's wood or leather or what, but definitely a earth tone. Definitely picking pepper up through the retrohale. Ooh, got my eyes watering a little bit. And that other note that I'm getting, I don't know if it's either dark roasted coffee or dark chocolate. A note very similar to what you would pick up in a stout. Um, not bad, not bad. Great construction on this thing. Look at that smoke. That thing is going like a wildfire. Look how heavy that smoke is. Good ash, good construction just all around. Um, if you like this content, please feel free to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. This is a hobby channel for me, so it would mean a lot to me if you guys would hit all those notifications and share the channel. Get other folks in. I'm not an aficionado by any means. I'm a hobbyist at best, but I love a good conversation about cigars and bourbon and beer and all kinds of stuff. Um, also, let me know in the comments. Have you had Undercrown? Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful wrapper, beautiful smoke. If you smoke the Undercrown, any of them, let me know in the comments. I'm going to smoke this down a little bit. I'll be right back with you. Well, folks, as we're getting into the second, third, still holding strong. Still has some beautiful burn lines. I think we could talk pairings. As always, a nice dark wrapper, full body cigar like this will pair well with a dark coffee and espresso. Um, Bourbon, something like Elijah Craig, a little of a higher, you can go higher proof with this, 90, 100 up in there, because this is a full body cigar. So the full bodiness of the cigar and the 90, 100 proof of the alcohol won't, they'll be right there with each other. One won't outweigh the other. A Scotch like Glenlivet 18 would work well with this. Um, Maybe a brandy wheat beer or a tart ale or maybe even a bourbon barrel tart cherry wheat. This is a wheat beer from the Lexington Brewing Company. We featured their imperial milk stout on the on the channel before. We are going to get into this. Let's just see the label there. We're going to get into this. We're going to see how this pairs. This is not my first time trying these. I've actually bought a 4-pack. This is the last one left. This is a great beer. This is a very great beer. You can taste the tart cherries right from the front. It is almost very similar to drinking a cherry pie. Look at that beautiful color. Look at that beautiful amber color. That's a pretty beer right there. Salute. Oh, I love those cherry flavors. Cherry notes just hit right there. You can smell the cherry before you even bring it to your nose. Of course, it's a wheat beer, so you get that nice light crispness wheat. This saddens me because it's a limited time thing. This is a beer that is seasonal. It came out 2002 or 3, and I don't know if they're making any more of it. This is a great beer. Like I said, the tart cherry is right up front, very present with every sip. It's 8%. Yeah, it's 8% alcohol by volume. So it's not too strong volume wise, but it is just a good, crisp beer. Oh. Now, I'm a huge stout fan. Most of the time, if I drink beer, it'll be a stout. That'll be what I drink. But this wheat, that is a very close second. See how this pairs. Still picking up that earth. Still picking up the pepper through the nose, through the retrohale. Picking up the chocolate. Um, take a sip. That's a good pairing. That's a good pairing. The the hints of the cherry, the tart cherry notes in this complement this cigar very well. So I definitely say if you can find you a more fruity flavored beer, this tart ale here, tart cherry ale, or tart cherry wheat, a tart ale, uh, good fruit ale, anything that's got a fruit in it. Um, I bet you mead would go good with this too. I'm gonna have to buy another. I'm gonna have to buy another one of these and put the mead to the test. I love mead. Um, Not a lot of people drink mead that I know in my circle of friends. Not a lot of people drink mead. Say that. I really do. That is a good pairing. That is a really good pairing. This Kentucky, this Kentucky bourbon barrel um, beers, really enjoy them. Great company. They do make bourbon as well. So the barrels that these are made in are their bourbon barrels. Now, I'm going to have to track down their bourbon and see what it's all about. See if it's as good as their bourbon barrel beer. The nice thing about this pairing is this full body cigar is smooth. It's a smooth full body. So it's not so full body and so hard that it is killing anything that I can taste out of this. And vice versa. This is only 8% alcohol by volume, so it's really not strong enough to kill any of the flavors of the cigar. I am digging this. I knew I would. I knew I would dig this cigar for the simple fact that it is the spiritual successor to the Liga Privada. And the number 9 is one of my favorite out of that series. So I had high hopes for this guy anyways. Folks, this is an amazing cigar. Um, I have not finished this yet. As you can see, we're still in the second half. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, 10 out of 10. For me personally, my personal preference, this is a 10 out of 10. Undercrown hits all the marks of a perfect cigar for me. I would recommend it. I would recommend it all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Um, it's just, and it's about, looking at prices, it's about $5 cheaper than it's uh well than it's who it's supposed to be copying. This will run you 14, 15 bucks, where I know the Liga Privada number 9 at my local brick and mortar is 20 bucks. I'm not sure if they have one of these at my store. I got a couple stores here in town. I will have to check them out, see if they have them. But like I said, my personal opinion, that is a perfect cigar. If you haven't had an Undercrown, do yourself a favor. Pick one up. See what you think about it. With that, folks, um, I'm going to go ahead. We're not, we're getting close to where I'm going to call that a wrap. Again, great cigar. Can't say it enough. 10 out of 10. Pairs well with a tart cherry wheat from Kentucky. The Lexington Brewing Company. Their Kentucky Bourbon Barrel. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to finish that. I'm going to finish the sunset. And I'm finished with this video. Until next time, remember, smoke what you like what you smoke. Be good to each other. We'll catch you. Peace.